Yeah. Oh, I should close that. There we go. So, how is putting the Palestinian flag for Jesus not heresy? Is there anything they won't try and steal? And that's A.L. Jacobi. Jesus apparently was a Palestinian born 4 BC to 33 AD. Don't worry, I'm getting to it. So the response to this is from Omar El Fariz, because he was born in Bethlehem, Palestine. Hang on, I'm getting there. And this is worth it. From Bumbadum, Jesus was not born in Bethlehem, Palestine, you retard. Bethlehem was in the Roman province of Judea, which was a satellite of the Roman province of Syria. Jesus was Italian. Artie and Fist ran this last night on their stream, and I just couldn't not comment on it today when I saw it. And I pointed out, that explains the white Jesus. Cesare Borgia, I believe, was the model for the Middle Ages Jesus. Kangman Lee says he spit out his drink. Ken Weeb says that certainly explains the Vatican. I love this. This is a rare gif of Jesus attempting to order gefilte fish at an Italian deli. That's why he has wine and carbs every meal. Yep. And never gains weight. Bastard. Who does the Holy Land belong to? Israel or Palestine? Rome. Pictured Jesus circa 30 AD. What else have we got here? Are you kidding me? How do you get this wrong? He was Chinese, clearly. No, listen. Korean Jesus love you long time. Roof Korean Jesus love you at 2800 FPS. Obviously, his food miracles were to serve the people fish and bread and wine. Very Mediterranean. Islamists don't drink wine. This is a retarded libel. True. I love people actually taking this seriously. We have some impressive retards. You don't have to take it seriously, but seriously take it. Jesus' flag. Jesus Christ. Well, obviously. I knew there was something extra special about, what the heck is this? You fools! It was cheeses! Oh, no. Obviously. And he was a type of cheese, not a real person. Bless you, Parmesan. He wasn't a Roman citizen. There was no Italy until 19th century. Okay, so there were no Italians until the 19th century? Nice try there, Chinley. Hell the fuck no, that's one spicy take on ancient history. I mean, I'm digging it. Jesus while calling the Pharisees vipers and whitewashed tombs, yeah. Yeah. I think that's more of an American-Italian thing, actually, that last thing. The conversion of the puppet kingdom of Judea to the Roman province of Judea was a few short years after Jesus' birth, so he's an honorary Italian. Italian didn't become a thing till the 1800s. At least say Roman, but you weren't Roman by Roman legal standards. Man shall not live on bread alone, because I got this huge fucking brick oven. Well, the Pope may be French, but Jesus is English. You're on. I think you meant Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Easy to confuse. Yeah, Jesus is actually an American. No, Judea was part of the Herodian kingdoms until 6 AD, so Jesus was not born in a Roman province. He wasn't Italian. He was a subject of Rome, not a citizen of Rome. Wait until you... Yeah, Palestine didn't even exist. I mean, you know, if we're going to go, oh, there was no such thing as Italy at the time. Yeah, listen for the click for Palestine. He was not a Roman citizen. Jesus being Italian is my favorite. I'm digging this. I love this idea. Rome was not Italian. Italians were a separate tribe from Romans. I think you're thinking of Iberians. But you may not be. So, Mamma Mia, there's Jesus on his bicycle. Okay, what's the next thing we have? From Dr. Stormy Waters. Oh, I'm going to pause this because, yeah, this is disgusting, to say the least. You can see the disgust on his face while that peasant finger wags him, haranguing the pop morals of the weak. No concept of anything bigger than himself in his stomach. If Lenin was a painter, I'd have one if I could. Democracy is a crime against God. Yeah, so I will point out, I do follow Stormy. I think Stormy is awesome shit. And I would suggest you follow him as well. Now, my response to Stormy's part of this post. Nah, fuck Lenin. That guy was a real piece of shit because his ideas were shit. I don't think I'd go as far as to say democracy were a crime against God, but I'm certainly not impressed by its results at this point. Go figure, I'm Canadian. Well, in Canada. As for the pop moralizing of that haranguing fuckwit, I'm right there with you. Yeah. And we'll play this video, but first we'll pop into this. This is originally from Landor. That was a painting done by a famous artist, a German chappie. I have so many questions. Why does he have this? Because artwork deserves to be preserved. It's history. So we'll watch the video. It's only a minute or so. And then we'll... where the hell did I leave my... I don't believe I brought my coffee down with me. I am sad now. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get myself a coffee. Well, it's not really an interlude if I didn't actually leave the house to go have a smoke. uh, that'll be soon-ish. I can't believe I just did most of an hour without a coffee. Amazing. Okay, let's watch this and see what we have to say about it after.
That was a painting done by a famous artist, a German chappie.
Now, yes, it is a Hitler piece. I want you to look
at
the actual painting.
Done by a famous artist, a German.
It's actually quite nice. One of the things I've noticed in the few pieces that I've seen of Hitler's work, it's very, very crisp. The detail is dead perfect where he can manage it. There's none of this surrealism, impressionism, expressionism. It's realism, and it's beautiful. That is amazing. If nothing else, Hitler's artwork is a chronicle of what the world was like around him at that time. I think that's valuable.
Chappie.
It's from 1913. The picture is 113 years old. Ish. That alone is cool. The fact that it was painted by Hitler is kind of neat. But even when they zoom in, look at how amazing the detail is here. Right? Hitler obviously gave he had deep passion to improve his work.
Adolf Hitler, he painted that?
Yeah, he's a good painter, wasn't he?
He was a good painter, actually.
He's very good at oratory. He's very good at history.
God, look at that.
Very good with children, and he loved music. He's good with dogs.
You sound like a fan.
No. He was slightly difficult for other reasons.
Oh, I love that old school British repression. The younger fella says, "You sound like a fan," and he says, "He was slightly difficult for other reasons."
So you've gone and purchased.
Now, here's where the haranguing starts, and it's just low behavior as far as I'm concerned. First off, you're talking to one of your elders. Be a bit more respectful. Second of all, he doesn't give a fuck, clearly, that Hitler was a bad guy. He acknowledges that Hitler was a bad guy, in fact, but he does it politely. Manners was the big deal for his generation. Don't forget that.
So you've gone and purchased that?
Yes. That is just German art.
He's not wrong. It's a piece of German art.
Of about that period. And you
Right? He probably, I think he does actually say shortly after this that he purchased a bunch of different pieces from the same period. Good. We need people to actually collect historical art. Because if we forget where we came from, where the fuck are we going? You have no roadmap.
have to respect it.
I wouldn't want his painting in my house because of what he did to humanity.
But he didn't do it to humanity. He did it to one group of humanity, supposedly. It's not a denial. I simply haven't had it fully confirmed to me.
Is a horror of a human being, and his
Now, watch the old guy's face.
artwork doesn't belong to.
He closed his eyes because he's like, oh, fuck this shit again. He's so tired of hearing this because it's always the same problem over and over and over and over. He was a bad person. Okay. Michael Jackson was accused of being a pedophile. How many people still listen to his music? Harvey Weinstein, but you still watch Weinstein movies. I know there are people out there who collect, I can't remember if it's Ed Gein or one of the other famous serial killers of the 20th century. Gacy, maybe? I can't remember which. But one of them apparently was a bit of a prolific painter, artist. And there are people who collect their works.
Be shown. It means going to the toilet of a human being, and his artwork doesn't belong to be shown. It means going to the toilet.
The old fella has just realized that this young fella is an absolute idiot who doesn't understand the value of history. It should be down a toilet, not hung up. Why? Because you personally don't think it should be hung up. There are entire generations coming that are going to deserve to know what Hitler's artwork looked like.
Not see that that's like abhorrent to some people.
Now he's chewing him out. Can you not see that that's abhorrent to some people? The old guy already told you he thought Hitler was a bad person, on the whole. The whole slightly difficult for other reasons, that was him being mild about it. Mild-mannered. Jesus.
No, it's your choice, but nobody understood he could paint.
Old guy's got a point. Nobody understood he could paint. And he could. He could do some amazing painting. It's way better than anything I'd ever manage. What's he got behind him? Is that an old helmet?
You're upper class as a fucking barmy, aren't you? You're around a fucking twist.
Now he's being insulting. He didn't have to be insulting. He could have just said, well, I don't think you should have that. Or, maybe you should consider moving it somewhere else or putting it away or something like that. No, it belongs in the toilet and you're crazy for having it. You superior, smug motherfucker. That old man could probably teach you so many lessons, and you won't fucking hear them because he owns a Hitler picture. Fuck.
That was a painting done by a famous artist, a German chappie.
I just love the fact that he called him a famous artist and said he was a German chappie. Let's have a look through the fucking comments here. It's like watching a Zoomer historian video. By the way, how did you come across this video? Saw it on Instagram. Instagram Reels are nuts. If you can't paint like this, you are literally worse than Hitler. Here's the actual painting. Oh. I'll open it in a new tab. Look at that. That's fucking gorgeous. I take back what I said. I couldn't really tell through the glass in the other image, but I take back what I said about Impressionism. There is a certain degree of it here. Because I don't think that's rust. Like here, for example, I don't think that would be rust if this wasn't rusted. Wow, big man hectoring a geriatric, right? Don't you just hate people who have to moralize you to your face like they're the voice of your conscience? Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, you know, that guy, the big bald fella, probably goes home and gets pegged by some tranny. But that's okay, though, because he's a good person. These people have no concept of priority. I do love the fact this image by itself with this text is great. If you can't paint like this, you're literally worse than Hitler. Oh, it's Taliesin. No wonder I liked it. I was following him for a while. I thought I was still following him. Anyway. This Austrian kid had a dream to become a painter. Yep. There might be Austrian painters here. Also, is that Paul Bettany smoking while he fills a gas, while he fills a car up with gas? Fucking psychopath. Mine Iga. We can relate with the immense fatigue of hearing the low-class, bald normies' midwit opinions. Yes. What a brainlet of a boomer. I'd give my left nut for that painting. Well, I don't think I'd go that far. I'd just purchase a print. I was right. They hated me for it. Well, again, like I said, I can't deny the Holocaust, but I can say that I have questions. He's going to love this one, then. Really? Hang on. Went to Arts and Crafts night, and they asked me to leave. Oh, shit. I looking at this, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Hitler didn't paint plates. And then I realized, no, wait, he's recreating a Hitler painting on a plate. That's fucking great. I don't know why they'd ask you to leave. Because it's cool? Well, yeah, then there's this particular thing here. So from 2000, let me blow that image up a bit. 2006, there were 100,000 Holocaust survivors. From 2020, there were 192 Holocaust survivors. In 2024, there were 245,000 Holocaust survivors. Yeah, it's a peculiar little thing, isn't it? Allow me to shame you now for not holding the approved opinion. Yes, exactly. That's exactly the problem. Did you watch Hate to Say I Told You So by the Hiles? Actually a good tune. Hate to say I told you so. The Hiles. Oh, man. This is going to get me put on a watch list. Well, fuck it. You're watching me. You're already on a watch list. Let me see. He was actually Austrian. People forget that. That was actually another point, too. The guy did say he was a German chappie. He wasn't. He was Austrian. It's a fair point. Go call Napoleon. Whether you agree with what he did or not, well, it's actually, for me, it's more, do I believe that it actually happened the way history has it recorded, especially considering some of the things I've shown you guys recently. It's no reason to destroy a part of history. Exactly. Destroying history only makes people forget, thus allowing it to repeat itself. Okay, here's where I stand. That bald fuckwit, smug prick piece of shit, who said Hitler's picture should be down the toilet, is no better, in my estimation, than the Just Stop Oil fucking retards who go around destroying classic works of art. They're both cultural vandals, and they should both be punished for it. Dude, I already watched the video. Somewhere a Mossad agent is gritting his teeth. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say hello to my CSIS agent, or my CSIS monitor, Jacques, my FBI monitor, Claude, I'm assuming you're a French transplant, and my Mossad monitor, Chaim. Hi, guys. Still beating your wives and kicking your dogs? Have I radicalized you yet? Further... Excuse me. Excuse me. Damn. Sorry, guys. For the record, those names are actually not names, they're titles. For example, CSIS Jacques is the title I give to every monitor that's been rotated in and out as I slowly radicalize them, for lack of a better word. Yeah. If you're watching my content, yeah, I will radicalize you. You sound like a fan. No, he was slightly difficult for other reasons. Can't be perfect. I mean, it's so mild, it's humorous. But the guy's not wrong, and he's not telling a lie. He's not trying to deflect. He's being his very well-mannered, cultured self. And calling him crazy, which is what the word barmy means, is just fucking ignorant. Yeah. He wasn't a famous artist. Really? He wasn't famous as an artist, but he was famous, and he was an artist. Why wouldn't you want it? Yeah, Wunderbar. Who wrote the history books? Yeah. I think his art sucks, but the art and the person or their crimes are not the same. We can like Hitler's art, Gary Glitter's songs, or Roman Polanski films without liking the person who created them. Yeah. I'd actually be curious to know the name of this documentary myself, Tommy. Did we get a response? It's some dumb BBC show where they handcuff two people with opposite lives together for a day or a week or something, so it's a woke blue-collar struggler and a rich old man who lives in a mansion. The rich dude has an art collection, the younger guy is mad about it. The younger guy is fucking envious, is what it is. I think it's you, Hefner, and some offended Jew. Oh, God bless you. Oh, my. He was slightly difficult for other reasons. I mean... What a way to speak to an old man. No class. Exactly. Grandpa is a legend. Yeah. Slightly difficult for other reasons. Right? And, I mean, that old guy looks like he might be old enough to remember, not necessarily the war itself, though he probably would have been a young child during the war. But, I mean, yeah. Potentially spoils of war? No. No. I doubt that very seriously. It's just a painting. Why is boomer derangement around World War II so extreme? Who will bid me for this picture? I hear you're a racist now, father. Hitler was on the cover of Time magazine before World War II. Yep. The unwashed, uninformed, propagandized prole spouting the party line at the learned aristocrat is a fitting metaphor for modern decay. True. Hitler was a humanitarian. He was a friend of Gandhi. Winston attempted to kill Gandhi and murder thousands of Indians. Interesting when history is written only by the victors. Churchill. Yeah, I don't need to get up on my anti-Churchill soapbox right now, but as a Newfoundlander, I do have a low opinion of that particular man. Who's this cunt slagging the Patriot with the photo? Yeah. The interviewer should be jailed, suggesting art be destroyed. He's not an interviewer, but I guess this person isn't aware of the premise of the story or the video that we watched. Why would you let such a white anti-white into your house? Again, this is something you agree to. I legitimately like some of his paintings too. I'd have one up if I got one. Shouldn't matter what else he did. Yeah, and I mean, that one painting that I just had up is gorgeous. It's great use of color. There's a little bit of expressionism to it. Now, it may be a case of one of these things with a painting like that is I would deeply like to talk to the artist, not because it's Adolf Hitler, but because I want to know why that color was used that way. Like, what was going on? Was it a sunny day and it was light through the trees? You know, was it reflections off of something? Who knows? A better question is, how did one of those paintings surface near Bariloche in Argentina. Yeah. A. Hitler functions both as the artist's name and a way to describe the type of painting. True. Or, well, it's... You have a Degas, or a Monet, or a Picasso. So you have a Hitler. That's just cute. Yeah, the guy doing the criticizing is just a different sort of book burner. You should also ask, why did the Nazis burn books, and what books were they burning? Very good with children. Oh, get over yourself. Quality immigrant. I don't think it quite worked that way when Hitler was around. The bald clown who's spurting out should shut up. What a wokey. Yeah. Clearly doesn't value history at all. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. I think we're done with the comments section. Let's see. Yes, this is my take on the Iran war. Neither side eats bacon. This is not our war. Reset that. Let's see. One more thing from Telegram. Oh, this girl has a hell of a rant. I actually really like this. She wants people to quit New Yorking her small town.
Quit bringing your bougie and your woke stores and restaurants and other businesses to small towns and wondering why they don't flourish, because we don't want them. The people demanding a Trader Joe's in a town of 500 people, I guarantee you, are not the locals.
Something I want to say here, too. She's talking about how you don't bring a store from the city to a small town and expect it to flourish, because people simply don't want that. I live in southeastern Newfoundland. I'm on the Burin Peninsula. Fresh fish is everywhere, all the time. No trouble to get it if you want it. And yet the local grocery store thought it was a good idea to open a sushi section. In a place where if you want fresh fish, not just raw fish, but fresh fish, you can literally walk out to the water and get it yourself. Some cases that might be poaching. But the fact remains, if you really wanted sushi, raw fish, you could literally make fresher than they can ship in. Even if they shipped it in the same day they made it. And they didn't understand that, and, of course, what was originally the sushi section. That's not sushi. You're fucking shibboleth, man. Shit. The sushi section. The sushi section. Fuck. I'm done. The place they were keeping the sushi. Oh, God, yeah. Went all the way down to 0. Sorry about that. What time was that? 13:42. Excuse me. Yeah, that section is currently now somewhere else in the store and has been a rotating various different things over and over. And just as he's giving us a local anecdote, too, yeah. Should I start over? Did it get fucked up that bad? Anyway, I will run it again. Somewhere where you can literally get fresh fish by walking for 5 minutes, versus a grocery store that is obviously organized by some moron in possibly Toronto, at least as far away as Halifax. Which is another thing that I don't understand. Why would people in Halifax think people want sushi from a grocery store? Yeah. Anyway, I'll let this girl finish. Oh, dear.
We're fine with the Piggly Wiggly. We don't need 18 pizza shops. We got one barbecue spot and a mom and pop diner. That we are good. We've been riding with that for the last 35 years. We are good. We don't need 3 hot Pilates studios because the only people that exercise are the same 5 women who walk laps around the park that they have been for the last 60 years. We don't need daggum HOAs in our neighborhoods. We like our broken down John boats and our broken down trucks in the front yard. Don't mess with it.
I mean, clean up your yard, but it's still your yard.
We don't need a mother trucking stoplight. If y'all would just pay attention.
I live in a town with no stoplights. We have four-way stops that are fucking nightmares.
And we don't need 800 more freaking homes. Cows used to live there. And now
I absolutely love the farmer aesthetic thing. Cows used to live there. I love this girl for that.
we got people.
Yeah, I know, honey. I feel the same way. I don't like people as much as I like cows. They're not as chewy.
We're sick of it. We are sick of it. We like how it is. Go touch some grass. But not our grass. Leave our grass alone, because y'all are probably going to change it to fucking concrete.
Yeah, I like her. Quite a lot. Okay, let's see.